How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about 5 units that I feel like need to get a 7-star version of themselves for the Blazing Festival side of things. So I've made videos like this in the past, very recently, like a month or 2 ago, talking about Blazing Festival and Blazing Bash units that I would hope to get in the 4th year of Naruto Blazing. But this video is going to focus on solely 7 stars. So units that are old that we already have, and I would like for them to get an upgraded 7-star version. We've seen this in the form of course, the first ever 7-star that was added as an old unit, the Susanoo Kakashi, an amazing 7-star, one of the best units in the game just because he has that latent skill now. And for those of you who don't know, his latent skill changes the typing to skill while also just doing so much damage, man. Like, he's an amazing nuker. I use him for Ninja Road all the time to go ahead and nuke the last map because with his first ability, plus the fact that it automatically switches the typing to skill, you're always doing type advantage. So a really great unit that they brought back. And of course, when it came to Blazing Bash, we got Madara, and it sucks that these are the only 2 units that we've seen this for, and it's been a couple of months since we got both of them. So hopefully they haven't given up on the concept. I am all for 7 stars in this form. Like I've said before, I don't really like 7 stars because of how it's implemented and what it did to the game itself. It made it a lot less free to play, but old units getting 7 stars, that's something that I think is good because they bring them in small banners that have step ups, and for old players like me who've been grinding the game for 4 years, we get an amazing unit for free pretty much because most of us have these units by now. So that's really cool in my opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about the first unit that I think should be getting a 7-star for Blazing Festival, hopefully into the 4th year of Naruto Blazing. So, no surprise here, I've said this before, Naruto Uzumaki Seal of Light needs to get a 7-star. This is the 1st year anniversary Naruto, which was an amazing unit, of course. Even now, he's still not bad, which is a very good sign that you could see this man being really utilized for a 7-star. I've said this also, we don't really have any healers for the bravery typing that are that crazy, even nowadays. So this unit is still an amazing bravery healer. He's got 600 heals, even has a total of 40% wisdom damage reduction, which isn't bad. He does have the chakra consumption, which brings him to a 4-8, or no, not a 4-8, actually, a 5-10. So he's a pretty bad unit in that regard, because nowadays you kind of have to have it be a 4-8 or 3-6. So maybe they could either change this to a 2 or maybe give another ability for the chakra and bring him to a 4-8. And then he has a mobilization resistance of 20. So they could definitely give us another ability, maybe some more heals. I would be down for that or something, but I think he needs his chakra knocked down just a little bit more if you're going to give him a 7-star, or just make it where when you upgrade him to a 7-star he goes down in chakra again anyway. I mean, that's how it works when you go from a 5-star to a 6-star, so that would be pretty cool. But they didn't do that with Kakashi, so I'm assuming it would have to be an ability. Now this unit, man, like I said, he's really good for heals. He's not a bad unit because he's still one of the very few for bravery that's able to hit AoE while ignoring sub, perfect dodge, everything except for barrier on his jutsu, which is really good. And his first jutsu was amazing back in the day because it built up an ultra combo for you, so that removes the barrier, which is really good. So yeah, a really solid unit. Makes sense, he was the 1st anniversary. I would love to see this man get a 7-star version. It would be insane, and a lot of people would love it. It would definitely bring the hype back for this unit right here. Now the second unit, I think it's fair enough to say the other half of the 1st year anniversary, which was Sasuke Uchiha. So yeah, the Rinnegan Sasuke, very first ever one that was implemented into the game. Not a bad unit. I think Naruto's better. I've always felt like he was over the Sasuke, but that's because Sasuke is more of a damage dealer. His abilities definitely aren't as great nowadays in my opinion as Naruto's are, but he is already a 4-8 if you have that ability, so they could definitely make it where he's either 3-6 or just leave it a 4-8. It's not bad. Kakashi's 4-8 with the new ability they gave him. So another ability they can maybe give is either mobilization resistance or just something like new, one of the new ones that gives you like a crit boost once you take enemies out, similarly to what Tsunade has and stuff of that nature, and even Kaguya, I believe. So that would be pretty cool. But this unit, man, really amazing. For wisdom, we do have a lot of wisdom nukers, don't get me wrong, but if you're gonna give Naruto one, I feel like it would be only just to give Sasuke one. I would love to see Sasuke get one either way because it's a Rinnegan version of him, and it would just be nice because we don't really have a good Sage to 6 Pass Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke for PvE still. We really don't. The last time we got those versions of those units was for 3rd year anniversary in the form of Blazing Bash. For 4th year, we did get a Rinnegan Sasuke and a Naruto that can enter Stage of 6 Pass, but they're more for the Final Valley. I'm talking like straight the ones that went up against Kaguya. And you can argue that that's what those ones are, but I still think it would be cool to go ahead and give this one a 7-star version. I think it would just be really nice for a lot of people. While we're on the topic of Kaguya Otsutsuki, this one right here needs to get a 7-star, and because they put her on the banner with the One-Tail Naruto, I feel like even new players will have her. This unit is amazing. I even argue that she might be better than One-Tail Naruto when it comes to it. This girl, when she first came out, back before 2nd anniversary for sure, I remember when she dropped. I was playing Blazing at that point and I was really excited for her. I'd already gotten Sage of 6 Pass Madara, and then Kaguya came out. An amazing unit because she's really good for the heals before Final Valley Naruto came out. She gives you 700 health, which is pretty good. She has the damage boost right there, and you can also get her down to a, what is it, a 4-8 chakra. Yeah, so that's really good. If they gave you a 7-star for this, honestly all they would need to do is give her an ability that gives her more damage, or maybe just give her an ult reset. I feel like that would be pretty good. I mean, she's already really solid, especially with the limit break, but what makes her so amazing, man, is her ult. Like, if you just look at her ult, it's just that's what always made her so great. 22 times attack, like that was pretty big nuking back then, man. If they gave her a skill ability, that would be amazing. That would make it even better. And what they could do for the latent skill, I didn't really talk about this with Naruto and Sasuke, but they could definitely do it like Kakashi, where they make it where it switches the typing to skill. Maybe make it an AoE attack then, if that's the case, because even Susanoo Kakashi's doesn't. But if they do that, I wouldn't give a skill maybe ability. It depends, but they could definitely do something like that, and that would be really nice because we don't have an AoE latent skill like that in the form of changing it to a skill typing for a heart unit. So I feel like this Kaguya definitely needs a 7-star version because we don't really have a good PvE version of her for heart. We have the Bravery one, which came out, but other than that, we don't really have any other ones that are really good. So that's the one that I would say also needs it. Now this next one I solely just think would be really cool, honestly. Like, you could debate this one for sure. I mean, all of these, they're just my opinion, but this Night Guy, man, an amazing body type unit from back in the day. Incredible damage, one of the hardest hitting units back then. His strength was 4,000. Can you imagine if he was a 7-star? His strength would be insane. It would be like 6,000. Really insane amounts of strength there. And what's really good about this dude, man, is that he's able to just do so much on his ult, but at the same time, like, I just think that it would be cool to get a 7-star version of Night Guy because we don't really have any Night Guys for PvE that are good. We have the PvP 5 Kage League one, but other than that, do we have any for PvE? Not really. We have the Impact one from a long time ago that's really bad, worse than this one. But I definitely do think that this would be cool, but I mean, honestly, the only other thing I think they could do is just give him a chakra thing, because right now he's 6'12", so it maybe wouldn't be the best thing, but I would love to get another Night Guy, like a 7-star version of this. I think it would be cool. I mean, this unit probably has the least potential out of any other unit that I've mentioned, just because he's pretty bad. Like, the other ones, you could still make them okay and viable, but I don't know about this. But he's just meant for damage, and body type still needs that, to be honest, but we also need like heals and things of that nature for body type. So there is that as well. But I think Night Guy would just be a cool option, but probably the one that I would see as being the least, to be honest, out of all of these. And finally, but not least, I've said this so many times, KCM2 Minato. This is my favorite unit in the game still, I believe, or at least one of them. I wouldn't necessarily say if he is or isn't my favorite anymore, and the reason is because I love KCM2 Minato. We still don't have any other KCM2 Minatos in the game. We have the Edo Reanimated Blazing Fest Minato, which can enter KCM2, but he doesn't start off in it. This Minato is always in KCM2, and that's why I love him so much. And he's not bad. For PvP, he could be good, but he's not Blazing Bash. But I think it would be really dope to get just a Blazing Fest version of him. Like, he's already 3-6 chakra. The problem is he doesn't do a lot of damage, and his multipliers are pretty bad. But I think they could definitely give him a cool latent skill, because honestly, like with Susanoo Kakashi, he was a great unit with his other jutsu, but his latent skill is what makes him amazing nowadays. But I could definitely see them giving him a boost against maybe body type or something for an ability or something, man. But this dude, I would love a 7-star version of this Minato. I would love that. It's one of my favorite units in the whole game still to this day, just because I love him. KCM2 Minato is my favorite version of Minato in the franchise, and I think it would be amazing. So hopefully they could go ahead and do that. This is probably the one I would want the most, just because it's dear to my heart. Like, I love this unit even if you can never use him nowadays. Hopefully that would change though with a 7-star. So that's gonna take care of it. Let me know if you guys agree with any of these units. I feel like the Sage of 6 Pass Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke are one that a lot of people are gonna agree on with me. The others are kind of just, like I said, my opinion. All all of these are my opinion, but we do definitely need to get some new 7-star versions of old units. That was something that a lot of people, even people that had given up on blazing, came back for. 7 stars are cool, but bringing back old units that people had and making them better is something that's a lot better and more appreciated just within the community and the game itself, and I feel like it would be nice. So hopefully they could go ahead and do this. It wouldn't take as much effort as it would probably, you would think, so I would hope that they would do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys would want for your 7 stars of old units that are Blazing Festival, and I'll probably get around to Blazing Bash soon. And yeah, that's gonna take care of it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.